stand strong, it's a good day. Hey, if you take a chance, it's a good day. Hey, give your best, it's a good day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, you gotta heal to release the pain. That's all I mean, reclaim. Hey, good morning, and thank you for joining. Hey, 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 hey. Today is a good day. Hey, you alive, it's a good day. Hey, you at work, it's a good day. Hey, you at school, it's a good day. Hey, you at home, it's a good day. Hey, we don't care about yesterday. Hey, just know it's a good day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, hey, it's a good day. It's a good day. Hey, you alive, it's a good day. Hey, a 9 to 5 is a good day. Hey guys, hope you guys are doing good, in good spirits, good energy, and attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright. We're coming through with another live message for you guys, so make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and don't forget, if you love the video, to hit the thumbs up, the bell notification, hit all so that you are notified when we go live with more messages like this one.
Morning, everyone. Grand Rising, or whatever you say, whatever you do. All right, so we're gonna tap in with Black History in light of Black History Month. We're gonna have 2 people, or 3 people, or 4 people. Today, I think we have 2 people. So I'm gonna let my wife go first with no delay because we kind of pressed for time.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. This morning, I'd like to represent Mr. Esau Jenkins. He is a native of South Carolina, okay? And Johns Island native, actually. He envisioned himself as his brother's keeper, literally, right? So, of course, this is, we've been into the Jim Crow era a lot. So a lot of things that we've been talking about been going on around this time. So it was his, he really seen himself as his brother's keeper. And he also had a vision to improve the economy, the health, housing, and political and social conditions of the Sea Island residents in South Carolina. During the late 1940s and the early 1950s, Jenkins and his wife Janie purchased a few buses so that they were able to transport children to public school in Charleston and other residents to jobs in the city, right? Because, I don't know if you ever heard of like Gullah Gullah Island, but my niece is, from the islands in South Carolina. And a lot of times you need transportation to get to these places.
The Gullah Geechees.
The Gullah Geechees, yeah. That's my niece. Okay. So they had began to transport, children to school, and then they also began to transport adults to work. Now, what was beautiful about this is while the workers would make their morning commute, Jenkins and his wife actually taught them to read the section of the Constitution that was required for them to become registered voters. Smart. Right? So, yeah, that's a big power move. Imagine not only getting a free ride to work, having transportation to be able to get there, and then also being able to be taught so that you can have your rights, okay? So, they were taught to read the sections of the Constitution that were required for them to vote. Jenkins and his wife also operated a vegetable and fruit stand, restaurant, a portion of the Atlantic Beach, for African Americans to have access to the public beach, and became an instrumental organization for the Progressive Club of Johns Island. Now, the Progressive Club consists of grocery stores, gas stations, recreation centers, educational centers, and also housed one of the citizenships school established through the South during the Civil Rights Movement. They had a lot going on. They were doing a lot for their community, you know, in the John Island of South Carolina. You know, he did a lot more, and one of his favorite quotes was, "Love is a progress, hate is expensive. Love is progress and hate is expensive." I want to give a big up to Esau Jenkins and his wife this morning. They made a way for the people, you know, when it felt like no way, you know. So big ups to them today.
Yeah. What's my guy name?
Esau Jenkins.
Esau Jenkins. Big up to Esau Jenkins. As you were saying, talking about him, I just wanted to point out some things that were very important about the time that these guys were in. Mm-hmm. And one thing is, everything they did was life risky. Yeah. Like, they couldn't, when they had to stand, when you talk about standing for your people and the pride of your culture or your race, it's not like it is today. Today we just, you know, we march, we go home, we forget about it. But back then, in order for you to stand, you had to risk your life, mm-hmm. right? And a lot of the teachers that taught back then, they had to teach and play dum-dum, that's a tight line to walk. Like, you got to play dum-dum in the face of the overseer or the powers that be, because nothing was hated more than a smart Black person or indigenous person. And the last thing I want to remind us is that the indigenous Black mixture is the forgotten men, right? When she was talking about Gullah Geechee, they related to the Seminoles. They got a strong tie to. So always remember, before America became America and started giving people the names that we have, there were indigenous people of color all over this planet. Right, so remember them as well when you're thinking about history. Remember the forgotten men. All right, so my selection is one, Mansa Musa. Right, Mansa Musa was a ruler of the Mali Empire, which was kind of situated in Ghana. They were Islamists. Right, he practiced Islam. I chose Mali. You know, he was born in 1280, which is very early. And he transitioned in 1337. But the reason why I chose him is because of his spiritual significance. He basically began to unite vast regions of Africa and as well as what we would consider the Middle East or Asia Minor. He began to unite them and bring them together. And he actually built the Dijongur Mosque and Timbuktu. Timbuktu was one of his main focal points. So there's a lot of treasure and riches and a lot of things in Timbuktu. And the one thing about Mansa Musa that sticks out even throughout the annals of history is he was said to be the richest man, right? They couldn't, his wealth was so indescribable that they couldn't even account for how much wealth he really had. Like, everywhere he traveled, he enriched it. Like, he gave away wherever he went. Wherever, like, when he united empires, because the Mali Empire by Senegal, where his main focus was Senegal, the people of Senegal are very extraordinary. They had a lot of gifts. I'm kind of wondering if he was related to Jabari Mansa, because Jabari Mansa, the slave mm-hmm. that could read the slaves' mm-hmm. minds.
I was thinking it when you heard the
name. Jabari Mansa was actually from Senegal too, but it's something significant about Senegal, right? Pivotal point in Africa. But Mansa Musa, he was able to transform and unite kingdoms throughout Africa and Asia Minor and bring them under the Islamic fold or religious covering. And he did it, and he didn't hold back with, I would say his tithe, because he was a great giver. And then everybody wanted to come into contact with Mansa Musa, because if you just came into contact with him, he was going to bless you, right? And the way he blessed you was he enriched your nation. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he gave you money. Like, if your bloodline was cursed or your nation was down bad, he had the ability to enrich it, right? Like he enriched Timbuktu. So shout out to Mansa Musa. He actually ruled the Mali dynasty from 1312 to 1337. Rather short rule, but nevertheless, very impactful. Mansa Musa.
Good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff. Where you guys at? Where you guys from? Good morning.
Good morning.
So today we have a solar eclipse, the Ring of Fire, you know, the year of the horse. I've been talking about this a lot. And we also have a new moon today. You know, today, the new moon is like a lunar stage where it's a great time for planting seeds. You know, it's a good time for new beginnings. So this is a great time to be in alignment because during this time, the sun, the moon, and the earth are in alignment, okay? So for the next 72 hours, we'll be in a portal where you can really use this energy to create newness, okay? Today is a good day to deep clean, right? Energetically clearing out your spaces, cabinets, closets, all those kind of things. It allows you to energetically clear space, okay? So, yeah, the Ring of Fire, you could be feeling like a lot of passion today, a lot of energy. You could be feeling like you don't want to sit still. You don't want to sit in the house or whatever it is. Okay, this is a very powerful fire blaze.
And I just want to say, with this surge, this energetic surge, don't let you be your worst enemy. Because, you know, when the time is right for you to make motion, it always seems like anxiety creep in, or, you know, you get to doubting yourself, you get to question yourself, second guessing yourself. Just jump in. Jump in, you know.
Okay. We got patience coming out and potential in the reverse. But, you know, let's see. Ooh. Okay.
All right, I'm on.
We got patience. Someone needs to be patient here. You could be rushing. Yeah, with the moon coming out. Okay. You know, sometimes I feel like, you know, sometimes when we rush things, we really create illusions. We create the illusion that, you know, because something is not happening right now, that it's not going to happen forever. You know, we create those kind of illusions. We are uncertain. So we become impatient. I feel like right now is the time to practice patience. Okay, it's important. I know it's easier said than done because y'all know that's one of the things your girl is constantly working at every day. Child, every day I am working to keep my patience. Okay, there is wisdom in being patient with good things, like planting flowers. It takes time to bloom. Keep working while waiting, and you will eventually reap the fruits of success. Patience make your life more exciting. Patience also makes your life more peaceful. Yeah. You know, I'm learning that, okay? Patience actually allows yourself to be more peaceful. You know, when you're impatient, beeping a horn, you got a car, the green light just turned, you want to speed off to get to the next red light. You know, you can't let a person take their time and get their little self together, right? Impatient, okay? Patience allows you to have peace. When you are patient, you don't have to stress and worry over some of the things that are above you, because a lot of times we worry about things that we can't really change or control anyway. So, I don't know. Something about your dream state. You could have some I've been picking this up a lot, very vivid dreams. And then we got potential with the 8 of coins. Yeah. I don't know. You know, whatever you're working at, if you stick to it, I feel like this time it might work. Okay? You know, you might just win this time, is what I'm hearing. Okay? You can be very dedicated to your craft, your business, your work, your achievements, whatever you're doing here. You're a master at something. You have a lot of potential to take off, to go far.
You alive, you have life inside.
You're alive, you have life inside.
Don't count yourself out this time.
Don't count yourself out this time. Okay?
You got the 9 of Wands over here, 3 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. So first I want to tell you that for all you going through, you being celebrated. The 9 of Wands shows me a person been bumped around, knocked around by life, heartache, heartbreaks, but you being celebrated. So that's telling me that, you know, you're moving in the right direction. And sometimes we forget that the 9 of Cups in reverse feels like you're unsatisfied with the place where you at right now. It doesn't feel like it's your wish fulfillment. I believe it's just a place that you in. Sometimes when you're moving forward, you gotta go through uncomfortable places. Like the Five Percenters had this degree called Hella Right. Like you go through hell to get everything right on the other side. Kind of, sort of was the degree about it, but it's the truth. Because when you in the Nine of Wands to the Three of Cups, it may not feel like as much to celebrate about. But I think that you might be looking at it the wrong way as well. Just because you're going through a lot or you've been through a lot. And sometimes it make you dissatisfied with where you at in life because you feel like you just been through so much. Maybe other people moving ahead and, you often left licking your wounds or something. But I'm telling you, that type of endurance is breeding something in you that you may not understand yet. Like, you have to go through to get through. And you learning lessons the whole way. Your oracle card is a river of release. I'm going to read it to you. Drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. And earlier I was saying somebody need to jump in. Like, it's a place in the Bible where it speaks about jumping in the water while the water is troubled, while the water is moving, right? While the current is drifting. And my wife said something about an energetic surge. So I'm willing to bet that if somebody could just find the energy to get up and move, get out of this place where you, because there's a wounded warrior out here. You've been hurt by some things. So which means you might not trust a lot. And that's fine too. Nobody said you had to have trust in order for you to have motion. That comes later. But if you sit there and you kind of like, if you squalor and defeat and anxiety, it's going to breed more defeat and anxiety. Fine, we all go through storms. We all go through storms.
Okay.
I had my best development in a storm, in the midst of storms.
Right? Okay. Because the only way to have a testimony is to go through a test.
And your foundation has to be tested. For the level that some of y'all moving into, it's imperative that God test your foundation, because if not, your next level can wipe you out.
Okay. So we got let it go, and then we have justice here. There's something that you need to let go, okay? Something's going to be fair. Something's going to be just. Something could be worrying someone. Someone could have a legal case going on or something like that, okay? I feel like the truth is going to set a person free, because the truth is what it is, the truth here. So, I don't know, somebody could be going through some kind of legal issues, something about your integrity. I don't know if someone has questioned someone's integrity or something like that, okay? But I feel like if someone is, coming at somebody sideways about their integrity, the truth will be revealed. You could be going through a lot of life lessons right now. It's really imperative that we let go of things that, we are holding on to, those things that are, hanging on by a thread, okay? Something about doing what's right. Letting go is doing what's right for you, okay? Someone's like, well, when will I have balance in my life? When you let it go? Okay, whatever it is, your way of thinking, okay, a person, a home, a vehicle, whatever it is, okay, something like that. Things will be fair and just, balance, okay. We got peaceful, and we also have the Wheel of Fortune here. There's something about these life cycles. There's something about karma here. And, when I say karma, if you feel nervous, then you may want to check yourself, right? Because when I say karma, I feel good because I know what I've been putting out. So, when somebody's like, you going to get back what you've been putting out, I'm like, give me that, right? I need that times 10, okay? So, good karma, time to expand here. I don't know. Somebody could really be going through, your soft girl air. You could be becoming a man that's growing into, just a more solid guy.
A man, definitely. I see him. It's funny you said a man grown into a more solid guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Respectable. Honorable.
Oh. I mean, she stole the read, basically, you know, like, because that's the read that I got out here, right? And it's funny because we always doing that. When we used to read Zodiacs, we used to do it all the time. Like, I'll write down notes, so she'll write down notes. We'd get to read, and I'd be looking at her like,
whoever go first got it.
but it's all good. Definitely a masculine, King of Cups energy. This could be, I'm getting 2 readings on this now. I'm getting one in this realm, and I'm also picking up somebody's father from the afterlife, right? King of Cups energy coming through. Somebody's dad that used to like to have, like, wear, not jewelry, but maybe spiritual pieces. But nevertheless, this King of Cups is you have the 4 cups in reverse, King of Cups to the moon in reverse. This is a very honest masculine, right? First of all, this is not a masculine that you want to try to deceive. I'm going to tell you, the 4 cups in reverse to the King of Cups, that's the most intuitive masculine energy you're going to find out there. This masculine, they're going to know what's up. With a person like this, it's never good to play games, right? Because you can end up, all right, a King of Cups upright is a person that sees what you're doing and may even allow you to continue to do it. But karma will, I want to say, you know, I feel like karma will support this King of Cups. This is a person who's upright. This is one of them type of men. If you don't fit, if you're not right in your heart, feminine, you might as well go that way.
Leave alone.
Because these type of men, they oftentimes work with Archangel Michael. They may not know it, but because we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? So when you get a masculine that embodies this type of King of Cups energy, they work with powerful energies in the universe. This is how they have a balance, right? In other words, spirits admire them. God favors them. And with the 4 cups in reverse, it's nothing you can get by the 4 cups in reverse to the King of Cups. You can't deceive that man, right? Then the moon is in reverse. You definitely can't see that. This King of Cups to the moon in reverse, 4 cups, this might even be a psychic male. With the moon in reverse, which means that you can't, it's not a lot of hidden spaces from an energy like that. Just listen. If you a woman or a man, it don't matter because, you know, the world is what it is. It's energy. Whoever you are, if you have this type of man on your hands, make sure your intention's right. If they not, just be like, look, I ain't right. My heart ain't good. I ain't gonna fool with you. Because you'll never be able to take advantage of a King of Cups upright, 4 cups in reverse to the moon in reverse. They see everything. Stand strong. Let me read the footnote. With defense as your shield, find strength and preservation, guarding what matters the most. But again, back to this energy, just be honest. Like, you know, if you're a woman and you got yourself a man and you know he upright in this King of Cups energy, could be a Scorpion. And if he is a Scorpion, definitely don't play with him. Like, don't play with an upright King of Cups, archetype Scorpion. Not wise.
Starfish could be significant. You could be a pescatarian. I got understanding and I got the devil coming out in the reverse here.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like somebody could be understanding that, you know, you could be really starting to understand your own toxic traits. You could be starting to understand, you know, your own darkness, okay? Something like that. You know, a lot of us, we went around for so long thinking that we were only light, you know, and then we had to learn that, no, it's a balance inside of us. Yes, you are light, but when you are dark, okay?
Dark.
Something like that.
Little darky.
Okay? We got, you know, understanding. I feel like also you're starting to understand emotional abuse, okay? When someone's emotionally abusing you, when you are emotionally abusing others, I feel like there's some kind of just understanding about the unhealthy patterns in your life. Remember, we're talking about life lessons here, because the cycle has been repetitive over and over and over again. So when a cycle is repetitive, we got to get to the bottom, to the middle, to see what's going on. And I feel like somebody could be doing this. Someone could be understanding that a lot of my problems came because I was codependent. A lot of my issues came because I allowed myself to be physically or emotionally abused, or I physically or emotionally abused someone else, right? Okay. Someone also understands. Someone's so G that they really understand. Somebody's like, shit, I'm going through some of the things I went through because some of the things I did, and that's real. Okay? Because I know that every action has a reaction. For everything I do, there's a consequence. Right? So there's someone that I feel like you're not trying to run from whatever it is that you're facing. You could be literally standing in the storm, okay, without an umbrella. Right? Okay, this is accountability though. When you can sit there and you can understand that some of the things that I'm going through are because of me, that's growth, right? How many times have we been the victim? They did this to me, they did this to me. But I had to learn that when you continuously meet different people and you keep having the same issues, right? There could be something wrong with you. There could be something going on with self, okay? Right? You could be attracted to this spirit of whatever it is, right? Because spirits love to attach themselves to people, right? We got the King of Swords in the reverse to release. I feel like right now, this is very important for all of us, and I'm speaking to myself, and I'm going to speak to you as well. The loose cannon energy, okay? I told y'all Auntie flipped out last week. I zapped out. Somebody was talking to me crazy, y'all, and oh my gosh, I zapped. I don't know. I just clicked. I just felt like today was the day. You tried me, and I'm with it. And I felt so bad after I did it because I know I was wrong. Because when I'm dark, I'm dark.
0 to 100 is real
right?
quick.
So I try not to engage myself in those things because I'm one of those people that I get to talking in the mirror about what I'm gonna say to you. I get to acting crazy, right? So I try to keep myself calm, right? So release, those negative ways of thinking that we have, being sharp and loose cannons, sarcasm, if you really want to meet genuine good people, like, you gotta be a genuinely good person, if people are asking you questions, wanting to learn from you, and you're constantly sarcastic, you're constantly cold, controlled, whatever it is, it's just time to release some of these energies here, okay?
So, it's
power hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know you good.
So somebody it's a stocky Ace of Wands out here. And what I mean by stocky is, and this is a deep reading, right? So this may not resonate with everybody, but I'm pretty sure it will with a lot of you all. Ace of Wands to the Empress in reverse, to the Star in reverse. But when I'm looking at this Ace of Wands, I see a Kundalini awakening. Right? Look at this. And I'm going to show you what happens when what's happening, right, in somebody's life. Look at that. Look at that card. Now, let me describe what this card is giving me. We know about the chakra systems, right, and the 7 chakras. But it's actually another chakra present in the fear of the 7 that we don't see. And it's right behind your third eye chakra. This is your ajna, right? Mm-hmm. So it's right behind your ajna, and it's known as your bindu, right? But it's a chakra that requires a drip. It's a bindu drip that happens once your mind and once you become enlightened, it gives you what's known as a DNA upgrade. Mm-hmm. It's called your bindu chakra. Now, when that happened and that drip happened, you change, and you can't go back to being who you were because your pineal gland is now decalcified. Mm-hmm. That's what causes the drip. Yeah. Like when they say your third eye closed, that means that your bindu is not, you haven't gotten a drip yet. Mm-hmm. Now when it opens up, it's a drip. Now when this happened, you become super different. And with this Empress in reverse to the Star in reverse, I feel like these are energies. They could be manifesting in spirits. Demonic energies in the form of people due to your Ace of Wands it's kind of exposing them. Like the Empresses in reverse could be a Libra, the stars in reverse, it could be an Aquarius. But what I really feel with this reading is that you are awakening, and your awakening is exposing these are demonic presence. And you got the devil in reverse over here too. You got the devil in reverse, the Empress in reverse, to the star in reverse, off the Ace of Wands. Somebody you woke up and it really, really exposed people for who they are. It's turning. So you can definitely be in the energy of knowing this. Like, yo, like, yeah, he ain't lying. Like, yeah, I'm not lying. Like, your awakening, it's a spiritual thing. Like, people don't be knowing why they don't like you no more. It's because the spirit in them now is driving them, right? And if you really, like a lot of you all, if you ask the people that stand against you, because the Empress has a following with her. So the Empress in reverse is a demonic presence that has people with them. The star in reverse is a demonic presence that attracts people to them. So what I'm saying, these people that's against you, they have people. But when these people look at themselves and ask themselves, wow, why don't I like that person? They don't know. I guarantee you a lot of them don't know because they being driven by a spirit. It's all out here on the board, right? So I'm going to leave you with an oracle. And for somebody that might want to tap in, always personal messages are better. Even if this is resonating with you and you want to know what's going on, you got to get a personal session, right? This is general. This is collective energy. So, all right. Harbor of peace. Find serene refuge in the peaceful embrace of gentle harbor, allowing tranquility to still your waters. Don't let nobody pull you out of your peace. Part of your ascension and part of this Ace of Wands, this Kundalini, Bendu, drip energy is the fact that you found a certain peace. And if the devil can't get to you, he's going to try to rob you, or evil will try to rob you of the things that fortify you. And peace is like a wall of protection. Once you find peace, you got protection around you with the peace. So if the evil can't grab you, or whatever forces against you can't get you, they're going to try to rob you of your peace first, leaving you more vulnerable. So protect your peace. Even before you even let it get to you, protect your peace. A good way of protecting your peace is not to respond. Be quick to listen, slow to respond. That protects your peace.
Okay. Because some of you guys forget that you're private property, like you are private property. You know how you have those invisible gates, around so the dog can't get out. You have the same protection around you. And I think sometimes we forget that, when we allow people to get that close to us that don't belong there, they get shocked. Like when a dog tries to go out the wire fence and it has that shocking effect, that's what happens, right? So we have to be careful. Okay?
Yeah, I like it's only two ways that evil can really get into your fear and really affect you. And that's by way of invitation.
Welcoming.
Or you stepping out of your protected place into the unknown things that you ain't got no business being in. Or people you ain't got no business being with.
Okay.
So many things happen to people because they step out with the wrong person. So somebody you could be really needing to block that too. Some people, they on assignment.
No, for real.
Call you up, hey, spirit working with them. They try and get you in a compromise. So don't let nobody pull you into no places unless you want to be there. Make sure it's you making a decision and you not being driven by certain energy as well. Revenge, resentment, needing to prove something, needing validation, all of this type of stuff bring you straight out your peace. Big on the needing validation.
You can have the infinity tattoo symboled on you, or something about infinity and beyond, something about Buzz Lightyear. I don't know. Your child could like this. You could have liked this. You could have watched this. I don't know. It says pause. Okay. It's crazy. Pause. So, I'm going to tell you again, Auntie was having a week last week, right? So, last week, I get a phone call, and my phone doesn't ring very much because I don't like a lot of people calling me, right? So my phone rings, and when my phone rings, my spirit told me not to answer it, right? because I just knew that I wasn't in the mood to really talk, and I knew that the person on the other line really didn't have anything high vibrational to talk about. So why am I answering the phone? Well, the spirit drove me to answer the phone anyway. I noticed immediately when I answered the phone that the spirit was trying to, trying to push me into a corner, back me into a space. And I noticed after I got off of the phone call that I was, I was uneased, right? I was feeling frustrated. I was feeling anxious. I was feeling like, why did I answer this call?
Right.
So it's important to protect your peace. You don't have to answer the phone all the time.
No doubt.
You don't. I knew better, right? So these are the things that we go through, and I think it's good that we talk about these. Sometimes when the mood is off, the energy is off, you can feel that, it's not even a high vibrational conversation. There's no point in even answering.
If a person is able to make you answer your phone when you don't want to, it's something spiritual going on anyway.
And I knew it.
You need to
and
check.
I knew it. I was like,
what I'm saying? Like,
I knew it was spiritual. I knew better, and but it's lessons. We go through these things so we can speak about them, so somebody can identify what's happening in your own situation.
And not really having your situation in mind, because I was around when that happened. But I'm speaking about somebody each and every day. You may be affected by somebody that called you, and you don't want to be affected, but you have to develop the strength not to answer the phone. Because some people, they play the spiritual game. They'll get you on that phone and know that they pulling strings in your life.
Answering the phone is welcoming. It's inviting. You know how they say you have to invite the devil into your house, the demon into your house. As soon as you answer the phone, it's inviting you. You open the line to the spirit.
Yeah,
right.
And that's a dangerous conversation to somebody. Because think about it. Just say, God forbid, you're a person and you trying to do right in life, and you dealing with somebody that's doing wrong, right? Well, what you think gonna happen when you start trying to tap into the ethereal realms? Whatever demonic presence that's dealing with them, it's gonna go hard on them so that they can affect you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if they didn't mean you no well, they mean you unaliving at this time. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't mean you no good anyway, then they're gonna mean destruction for you after you start elevating.
Yeah.
Because that's when the war get real. Mm-hmm. It don't, they say the devil don't want nobody you already got. Well, when you start getting yourself together, you're gonna notice that some of these people.
Mm-hmm. It's like the people that only call you when they want to go out, when they want to drink, when they want to do certain extracurricular activities. Like, you never call me to go sit in the grass. You never call me for a picnic. You always call me for nighttime activities, right? Be aware, okay? It says peace, and then we have the 4 of Swords, okay? So I feel like right now, now I speak a lot about taking action, energy, doing, and I'm saying do it, right? But I also feel like I should say that it's also a very good time to balance out, meaning, try to get some healthy rest. You don't want to over exert yourself or burn out, okay? I'm hearing burn out. You don't want to burn yourself out, trying to get to a destination, because, it's the journey, okay? You won't get to the destination till it's over. Okay, so something about going within, maybe taking some rest, a break, a moment. Okay, Pause. Sometimes if you just sit and pause and be still, you can really hear. Even if nobody's there, you can hear what's going on. There's something happening when you sit still. So recalibrate, take a break, rest. Okay. Maybe even a bit of isolation. Isolation is healthy in increments. Okay? Not to be on a binge for 2 weeks, but, maybe taking a day to self, right? Because some of us, we run ourselves raggedy for people and don't pay attention to ourselves. And then, once we feel worn down, we blow up, we explode. Now we're ready to fight because we feel like everybody done took advantage of us. When the entire time we took advantage of us. Why? Because we didn't speak up when we didn't feel like it. We didn't rest when we should have, right? So those kind of things. We got making a difference and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay? So I feel like, you could be just changing your ways. You could be trying to become more balanced, more rational. You could be trying to be more independent. A lot of people were codependent on people at one point, and I feel like it's making a difference in your life. You know, somebody finally feels like I'm standing on my own 2 feet right now. You know, I don't know if somebody could be spoiled. You could have come from a family where you were very spoiled or something like that, and now you're standing solid now. Like, you know, I can make this happen too. You know, because sometimes when you allow codependency, people hold things over your head.
So I'm gonna read this back to front. She got the 4 swords over here. She told you get rest. I'm gonna tell you again. 4 swords, high priestess, strength. You know what this is saying? Rest, high priestess, is gonna bring you strength. That's basically what this cut and dry. 4 swords to the high priestess strength card, right? You have to rest. Rest brings healing, restoration, recuperation, and when you're a high priestess, rest brings the download. Your ancestors, they can touch you up when you rest. When you allow your body to rest and you go and you lead this realm and you are high priestess, if you are high priestess, then you understand what I'm saying. If you're not, this might be foreign to you. High priestess have a lot going on in their dream state. The activity of a high priestess, whether it's male or female, it's a lot that goes on. They might speak in tongues in their sleep. You might see them in sleep. They might levitate while they sleeping. There's a lot that goes on in the true energy of a high priestess. This is why it's imperative that the high priestess get rest. Like, this is how the high priestess gets the message during rest. When the high priestess don't get rest, the message get distorted. Because the high priest is going to be under attack by all kind of energies, right? Why? Because you wear the crown, you wear the title of a high priestess. That means that it's things in the spirit realm that's going to come for you. So you need your strength. You need to have strength. And also, making plans, right? That's your oracle card. Well, how can you make a strong and effective plan without resting? You won't be strong enough to do it. Your strength lies in your rest, high priestess. Don't burn out. Learn that the world not going to stop moving if you take a rest, right? The spirit don't need you to be at it like that. And if you at it like that and you think the spirits need you to be at it, check the spirits that you in with.
Could be negative spirits.
Because negative spirits, they drive you. They make you think that, you know, they have you. We all been affected by it, where you think you're doing good work. God, I got to do the mission. I'm on the mission. I got to do the mission. You ain't ate properly. You ain't rested properly. Next thing you know, if you do have a strong connection to the divine, it teeters the demonic because you're fatigued. You're not strong enough to stand up to the position you hold. So chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate, but you have to get rest, high priestess, right? Ain't no other way around it. Look at this. That need to be you.
Somebody could be nesting, get ready to have a baby.
That is a nesting card.
Kudos to you. Congratulations. Okay, I see a baby girl. Hey.
Bluetooth mode.
Hey. And that was your message. Accept or reject it. Hey. But keep your spirit protected. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for rocking with us another morning. Thank you guys for all of your love, your energy, okay? Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your interaction. If you would like to be a blessing to our channel, all of our information is on our page, okay? If you would like to book a personal session with us, you know how to reach us, okay? We hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed, and abundant day. Hey. Today is a good day. Hey. I don't care what them people say. Hey. It's a good day. We love you guys. We elemental beings. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, bell notification. notification so that you notify when we go live. Hey. Hey. And we be tapping on y'all energy. Hey. We be tapping in y'all energy.